Morning. It's Sunday, I think the 17th. I know it's been a while since I've done a vlog. My parents came in Thursday, and it was just a rough week. Really tired. I know I haven't been using my pump lately at night or in the morning. Not consecutively, but I'm forgetting one or the other. And there's not too much more really to update. Everything's kind of been the same. Except that Tuesday I have a big meeting with my therapist and my parents, my husband, and I think my nurse is coming. And I see my doctor that morning for a check-in. It was part of the agreement, I guess, to go back to work as I check in like every other week. So, one thing I did say I would do, and I think this is actually a good opportunity for me right now, is to kind of do like a morning routine of what it's like to get up and, start your day with a peg tube and doing a feeding. Because, like I said in my other video, I think it was like my first or second one. I've had bulimia for 23 years and 22 and a half years. This is my first time being diagnosed with anorexia, and since the end of August, beginning of September, I can't believe what it's done to my life and how incredibly powerful it is, and just even mentally how it's taken over. I always felt like I had a fighting chance with the bulimia, and I always kind of maybe held the upper hand a little bit. I guess in a way I always kind of thought if I really wanted to not do the habits, I could. I mean, I haven't ever been able to do that, but I always felt like I could somewhat control my, I don't know, my disorder, whether it be allowing myself to eat at night and leaving it alone, or just giving my body something. But, anorexia has been proven to be a whole different kind of beast, and I'm definitely not doing as well with it. But this is unfortunately what happens. If you can't eat and your body needs to keep going. And I'll tell you, this thing it's not fun. And I curse it at least twice a day. It gets stuck, gets caught, the tape comes off and it's hanging. So when I think people are staring at me and I'm having a panic attack, I'm actually having people stare at me because it's dangling down and nobody knows what it is, or it's weird, and gets caught. The babies yank on it, my son yanks on it. It's awful, and it's a pain because you have to really stay on top of it too. And I just thought I'd give you guys a little bit of kind of like my morning routine of what it, at least what it should be in the mornings with the feeding and everything. All right, so I don't know if you can see it. I kind of, have my phone. I don't have any kind of fancy equipment, but I have it propped up on a cup and a box to be level. So this is, obviously the tube. Excuse my stretch marks, 4 children, 4 C-sections. I'm sorry, I'm wrinkly. And I don't have a bra on, like I never do. I don't think in any of my videos. But basically it's taped up at night just so I don't get tangled in it. We take the tape off, which is fun. And that'll, oh, there's one more. Let me take, And then if you see here, I don't know, you know, that's just, you know, unfortunately gross stomach stuff. So I put the water on, hot, because I have to get out Q-tips. Because the first thing we have to do is clean it all around underneath with hot water. And I use this just hospital soap I got from when I was in the hospital because I know it's safe. And I put a Q-tip in there, put a little on it, go around there, get it a little bit clean. I took a shower last night, but you know, I still have to at least wash it with soap once and then once a day, just to, you don't want to get infected. Trust me, I already have a granulation, which I don't think you guys are going to be able to see it, but it's underneath here. That's dry stuff, but let me get that on, and then I'll show you. I'll show you what it is. But yes, it's very normal for contents of your stomach to, you know, sometimes ooze through the tube underneath. And that's very normal, and you want to just wash them out. You know, wash it away, wipe it away, because it can cause a major infection. It's not allowed to be wet under there, basically. So you just go down and around with the Q-tip. Get anything that might have settled on the skin, around the tube. Now, I don't know if you can see it. See that little thing right there? That's a granulation. It doesn't hurt, but it's a skin growth. And it happens as your body's healing from having a foreign object in it that it doesn't understand why it has in it. And it is kind of inside tissue that pops up through the outside. And it's, you know, it's very attractive. And, you know, makes this whole thing make me feel even grosser. And it doesn't hurt though. But if it gets bigger, for some reason it becomes painful, my GI doctor said not to worry. I can come in and you can put silver nitrate on it, which is like a, I don't know, it's kind of something that freezes it. And then they burn it off and you feel it. They don't numb you or anything. So, you know, no worries. I could always just go have that burnt off. And that's very sensitive tissue because it's from the inside. So it's got all the most sensitive nerves attached to it. So I'm praying it doesn't ever get big enough because, or bother me or get irritated or anything because I'm not having it burn. I'm just not, you know, I think that's just cruel and unusual torture for something. There's got to be a, you know, there's got to be a way to keep it at bay, and that's what I'm trying to do. So you just clean it, and now I'm just drying it with the dry end of it. Q-tip, and then you twist it. So see, that's basically, that's what it looks like. And you're supposed to turn it a little bit, just, you know, not much, just to kind of make sure nothing's, you know, you want to keep it as flexible and, you know, you don't want anything, I don't know, you want it to be good. And then I turn it on. That, when that's up here, that is off. And I turn it counterclockwise. This is just another vent. This is another type of vent. It's basically like if I needed to have two things ever, like put in the tube at once going into me, they could put one through here, like an IV, or then the feeding could go through here. So that's basically what this always stays closed. This is open. Then I'm going to open it here. Unclick my, I can never think of the word for that, my clasp. And then basically I am going to get, well, let me, before anything comes out, let me close it. What I'm doing now is I'm taking my syringe and I'm filling it with water because, and I put warm water in because my stomach can't really handle, it can't really handle like stuff too cold at all. I get sick from it. So usually though I put it a little bit cooler than when I used to wash and rinse my tube, but yeah, I'm gonna pull it out like that. And I don't put this all in, but I like to, you gotta get the air out too, because you could shoot air into your stomach, and trust me, that hurts. And it's like giving yourself a gas bubble, and it's very uncomfortable, and it makes you feel very full, and that would basically make me not want to do my feeding, which we're gonna get to in a second. Okay, so now I put this in here. Okay, and I'm going to go down to probably, it's at about 25. I'm going to go to probably 15, put 10 in, just to flush it. It just goes right up through the tube. And then I lock here first. You always lock this part first. At least I do when I'm doing that. And then I clasp and hold it up so that everything, gravity takes it down. And now I know my tube is ready for my feeding. So that's what I have to do every morning, and I do it at night as well. And usually when I get home from work, even though the doctor said I don't have to,